The world is full of stories, and from time to time, they permit themselves to be told.
This still stands as one of the coolest intro to a video game. The first time I heard Grandpa say these words, I was hooked. And it all starts with the simplest of the premise. Our hero Tommy looking into the mirror and confronting himself, thinking how he can convince his girlfriend to leave. He is unhappy with his current state and wishes to relocate to greener pastures. I mean to the big bad city. But there's one problem.
Come away with me.
Why can't we just be together here?
His girlfriend doesn't want to abandon the place of her ancestors.
Tommy, I sense great change on the winds. I came to warn...
Meanwhile, Inisi warns us of the grave danger looming upon us all. Skip forward a little and we find these guys creating trouble in the bar, and Tommy, being the gentleman he is, saves the day. Kind of overdoes it and goes to prison. That's it, end of story. Just when things start to settle down, TV screen at the bar starts displaying warning messages. And before we can react or do something, the whole bar, along with its inhabitants, gets abducted. Screen goes dark, and after this loading screen, we get to find out what the heck is going on around here.
Oh my God.
It turns out it's an all-out alien abduction, and they're here to probe us in the anus.
Anyone want one of these? Anyone? Anyone?
Let's pause here for a moment and come to the grips with the fact that this is 2006 and you witnessed this whole shebang on your Xbox 360.
What the fuck are those things?
This has to be best, if not then one of the best abduction scenario in gaming history, period.
Oh my God, he's a giant.
I mean, how can you not love it? It's hard to believe it's been 19 years since original Prey from Human Head Studios launched on Xbox 360.
Oh, shit.
As far as the plot goes, it's simple. You get abducted by aliens and are forced to embrace your destiny in order to save the world from these bloodthirsty aliens. So, what makes Prey so intriguing?
Decisions.
Well, Prey is a beautiful and visually stunning FPS that dared to go against the set conventions of its times. And yes, the graphics still hold up even to this day. However, you'd need a PC for that visual awesomeness. What makes Prey truly unique are its themes, lores, and settings, which are inspired by the Native American mythos.
It is time to let go of the mortal world, Tommy.
Tommy's heritage plays an important part in the plot and the gameplay, making this game really one of a kind.
Where am I?
What's up guys, today we're going to take a look at one of gaming's lost gem, or rather unappreciated title that, having ticked all the boxes, ended up getting lost in oblivion forever.
This is the land of your fathers, Tommy. The land of the ancients.
There are plenty of elements that make Prey stand out visually and make it a cinematic experience compared to many titles at the time and even now. The opening alone is worth checking out and stands as one of the best opening levels in gaming.
We gotta get out of here!
They come, the gentleman of all living things.
Development of Prey began as early as 1995. The game was to be first in the genre to make use of movable portal technology, a feature that would allow rips in space to be created, moved and reshaped in time. This was to be the core feature of the gameplay along with heavily destructible environments. However, the technology simply did not exist at the time. For reference, we are talking about pre-Half-Life, pre-Duke Nukem era. The game went through a number of development cycles towards the end of the millennium before being shelved completely. In In 2001, Prey emerged with Human Head Studios at the helm, and this time the necessary tech was already stable and functional, allowing 3D Realm to license the tech without having to develop it. Now let's come back to our abduction scene. All the captives are sent back to the alien mothership called the Sphere.
Grandfather! Oh my god!
And in one dramatic turn of events, Tommy witnesses Ignisi's death. Before things get ugly, a mysterious being sets off a bomb, setting Tommy free. While trying to find Jen, Tommy falls from a walkway and has a near-death experience to the land of the ancients.
Come, Tommy. Join me.
Grandfather?
Where he meets with his grandfather's spirit, who shows him how to harness his inner spiritual powers.
You must believe in the old ways if you are to succeed. You must step outside your earthbound shell, Tomasi.
After returning to the world of the living, Tommy gains the ability to spirit walk. It's a fun little mechanic that allows Tommy to separate his spirit from his body, to pass through force fields, operate things, or even open pathways that would normally be out of his reach. He also gets a permanent spirit guide named Talon.
Really should get out of here.
Now Tommy has been endowed with these gifts so that he can fight this fear and save all of mankind.
I've got to get to her before it's too late.
However, in the opening few missions, Tommy's sole objective remains fixated on rescuing Jen and get the hell out of this place as fast as possible.
Alright. This is it.
Upon forwarding the story a little further, we find that the Sphere is not just your average alien ship. It's a living, breathing organism which is looked after by a guardian.
Keeper! Show yourself!
Who in turn is in charge of making sure that the needs of the Sphere are met.
This is fucked up.
This is how the bizarreness of the game world is explained. Speaking of Prey's world, trust me, it is the real deal. You'd certainly feel at odds here. We get to witness all sorts of weird things in Prey's world.
Oh, this can't be good.
There's a nerve-wracking scene involving children that feels like straight out of a Silent Hill game, and after that we are forced to fight with their spirits.
Jesus Christ. Are they harvesting people by the plane load now?
In one of these bizarre incidents, we see an airplane full of people crashing, and game is full of these weird things. Game also has some of the best level designs out there. Almost every level feels like it's handcrafted.
Oh my god. He's a giant.
Another thing which is unmissable with the level design are these portals. These magical portals basically work as doorways to other areas. Tommy cannot create portals, but he can travel through different areas via these portals. They create mind-bending scenarios, where one moment you are standing in one place just to be instantly transported to a completely different location, sometimes with reversed gravity. This game basically did Portal before Portal.
That was fucked up.
Game also has these gravitational lifts, which, as the name suggests, allow you roof rides at the push of a button with some gravity-defying action.
Oh, whoa, whoa! Fucking hell!
Prey also introduced rooms with gravitational switches, and there's an entire section in the game that has Tommy trying to find out the harmful effects of motion sickness. There's also a cool looking gravity-defying cube puzzle that is just awesome.
This is George from Garland. You won't believe what's going on around here. There's lights all over the sky. I can't believe it.
In between missions, we come across these weird things that are basically tuned onto a radio station on Earth that is broadcasting live events of the night. This was a very nice addition in game where we get to listen to eyewitness accounts of people sharing their stories, and in the very first recordings, we get to listen to this poor guy getting abducted.
One of them is some kind of a spaceship.
That sounds exactly like the reports we got from Oklahoma. Do you have a camera with you?
Yeah, oh man, that bright green light just came on.
George, are you there? We apparently just lost George.
Unfortunately, I didn't know how on point his statement was. Since I'm not sure that many people will get to play the game, I would like to spoil some parts of the game.
Were it not for us, your species would never have existed. You were created only to be consumed.
Somewhere around the end of the game, a keeper makes a revelation to Tommy that sphere beings planted the humans on Earth like veggies. And from time to time, they come to collect their harvest.
As we have 1,000 others, with the beginnings of organic life.
Now, as good as the game is, it does have some serious shortcomings. Firstly, you cannot die. As in literally, whenever Tommy dies, he's forced to play a mini-game of spirit hunting and then sent back to the real world. It was a new concept for the devs, but not dying means there is no motivation for harder modes, and moreover, it kind of undermines the whole premise of the game. Since Tommy cannot die, there's really no sense of achievement as he can retry as much as he wants. Further, there are no repercussions for his actions. Everybody that dies in game ends up being in the spirit world, and so Tommy never lost anything. This was and still is one of the biggest flaws of the game. And when we look at the weapons, they surely do have cool looking outer skins, but these are no different than your generic guns. I mean, had they tweaked some of the weapons to have weird animations, it would have really amped up the gameplay aspect.
Oh, thank God I found you.
Ending of the game is good with some very good cliffhangers, and the devs also set the game up for a sequel. But in 2009, Bethesda acquired the rights to the franchise and rest is history. Corporate greed and politics took over, and even though a trailer for Prey 2 was aired that got decent response from the fans in general, yet Bethesda decided to cancel the game, and in its place we got a completely new game IP that had nothing to do with the original game or its universe but shared original Prey's name. And the saddest part is the first game had sold well too for a new IP. So what can one do to play this gem of a game today? Well, sadly, not much. If you have a copy of the game, then kudos. Otherwise, there's no way this game can be bought legally. With the recent closure of Human Head Studios and acquisition of Bethesda by Microsoft, there is slimmest of hopes that we may end up seeing this game showing up in some form or another for us gamers to enjoy. Or better yet, we might get a remaster version of the game, fixing that weird difficulty bug. Who knows? But that's all I have, just some wishful thinking. That's it for this video guys, thanks for watching.